Hi everyone, I've been promising you this video for days. This is about adult meltdowns, and we need to talk about it because so many adults have meltdowns and don't talk about it. We always talk about them as a child thing, and we often talk about them as like an autism thing or a child with additional needs sensory overload type thing. But we don't really talk about the reality of it, which is anyone can have a meltdown, and lots of us are. So let's talk about it. Here's the thing. This is what a meltdown is. A meltdown happens when your brain has been coping with something that's really difficult for it to cope with. It's tired, there's too much to do, it's not working at its best because it's had to make too many decisions, or there's too much information for it to process, and it's building up, and for whatever reason triggers it. At this point, it can't cope any longer. And a meltdown is when it just stops trying. It stops trying to handle things, it stops trying to cope, stops trying to deal with stuff, process stuff, make decisions, it stops. And that's when you fall on the ground, cry, scream, shake, hit, yell at people, swear, block your ears, run away from the kids, go and hide in the car, smash the plate on the ground. That's when those things happen, and it's an outlet. There's actually a quite satisfying or rewarding component in a lot of cases for meltdowns, because it is an outlet. It gets the pent up anxiety that is happening in your brain for a meltdown to occur. It gets that stuff out. If we had regular outlets, like regular daily exercise and outlets like singing in a choir and things that we did every single day that were an outlet for our anxiety, we might not get to meltdown point. But for most of us, and especially parents, I think I speak for a lot of people here when we can say that our whole lives we've sort of coped pretty well, a few ups and downs, but before we have children, we're in charge of our time, and we do have our hobbies, and we have our outlets, and we do things that keep us coping. And then once we become parents, we don't have time to do our things. And also the sensory information and the stuff we need to process, the decisions we need to make, the organization, and all the things that we need to be doing amplify. So amplified, more things for your brain to do, plus less outlets for your brain to get the anxiety out, means meltdowns. So many people never had a meltdown before, and then they have children and they start in this meltdown cycle. Do you relate? I can see you putting up your hand. It's just so common. There's no reason why we don't need to talk about it, and we can call it what it is. We can call it a meltdown. Sometimes it might just go for one big loud smash on the ground and it's done. Sometimes it might last for half an hour, and they all look different. Some people run away. They just run. But what the stage in the lead up to a meltdown is the difficult stage. That is the anxiety, the fight or flight, the shutdown. You're inside yourself. You're not listening anymore. You're not coping very well, but it's still all in, and you're still trying to function, and you're still trying to carry on, and it's a very difficult, angst-ridden, yucky, inside your head, feeling bad about yourself stage. So if you want to, there's so much more involved in how to manage meltdowns. But one really good effective way is to have a daily outlet, whether it's stretching, yoga, running, singing, something active where you're actually getting it out. If you can do something each day so that anxiety goes up, anxiety comes out. Anxiety goes up, it comes out. It comes up, it goes up. What we don't want is anxiety to go up. It's hard to avoid. And if it does do that, don't worry about it. The worst thing about anxiety is being anxious about being anxious, because that just compounds the whole thing and just makes it go way up here. So I really just wanted to say that with the anxiety building and our brain, all the stuff we're getting our brains to do, so much stuff, we put so many expectations on our brain, so many decisions, so many things we want it to do, that it's common to have meltdowns. It's not a problem. If you are having meltdowns, do not let it worry you. If you're having meltdowns that are dangerous or detrimental, you probably do need to look a bit more, specifically about managing it. If you just fly off the handle every now and then and it's out, but you don't think it's causing any real problems in your relationships or your life, that's okay. It's all okay. I just really wanted to make this video so that you know it's normal. It's normal. There are ways to manage it, which you can do if you want, but just remember, everyone else is having them too. They're just not talking about it. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. And let's have a conversation on Facebook about this. I'll start it. And when you've finished the video now, go there and join in. We'll see how many people actually come forward and put their hand up. Bye, everyone.